Yo, what's up? This is your boy Derek Brent here of Strike7Sports.com. In today's video, I just want to talk about current opponents, AAC opponents for the Memphis Tigers men's basketball upcoming 2023-2024 season. It was recently released on, I believe, July 20th, a few days ago. I think it's posted on the school's website, the basketball page. This is the conference portion of the schedule that has been released. The dates of when the games will actually be played will come at a different date. So I believe it's going to be September, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me. So, um, as you can see, now the schedule according to the graphic, based on the graphic, this is the new look AAC. That I know a lot of Memphis fans are disappointed in being in, and disappointed that the Tigers have still not become part of a mainstream conference, or as people will say, one of the blue blood, the favorites, the conferences in college athletics. Now, if you look at it, it has the new teams in it now. You got Rice, Charlotte, FAU, um, UTSA, Rice, like I said, Rice, all of the new teams, UAB, all those are the new teams that are part of the AEC, the American Conference now, and North Texas as well. So if you look at it, there will be uh, 5 home games, 4 home only, and 4 away only. Tigers got a home and home against FAU, of course. Home and home against UAB. They have a home and home against Tulane. Home and home against SMU. They believe look according to the info. They only play North Texas once. Only play Charlotte once. That's at home. UTSA wants this as well, according to the schedule. They did play FAU twice, home and away series, home and away series against UAB, home and away series against Tulane, home and away series against Wichita State, and a home and away series against SMU. UTSA they will play them only once, and they'll play North Texas only once, which will be away along with Temple as well. So AU game, excuse me. Hopefully that's a sellout, man. Hopefully that's a sellout. Because all this back and forth trash talking that I've observed over the past couple of weeks, and FAU having a lot of I would say FAU fans having a lot of confidence in that program ever since coming on the map after last year when they went on a 20-game winning streak that extended on into the Final Four, almost came out on top against San Diego State. A significant portion of last year's squad is coming back. Dusty May's coming back. There's a lot of storylines with that game, and as I said in the other video, I don't think it's a rivalry just yet, but it depends on what Dusty May, if Dusty May is still here with FAU and the type of players he's able to recruit. Now I think there's about an 80 to 100% chance that May will be gone after this season. It depends. Maybe he has a letdown. Maybe he has a maybe they regress this season and they get to the NIT and his star starts to like wear off, and programs kind of like shy away from him. Or that might not be the case. They might other bigger programs might not even care and just say, hey, we want to hire you and we want to see if you can do that for our program. So we'll see. But anyways, home and home series with FAU. Um, Big game. Hopefully, probably the biggest game in the conference. going into this season. Maybe a lot. There was a UAB Memphis rivalry back in the past. Maybe that could get started back up again. I believe they were like the second best team in that conference last season, in the Conference USA last season. Wichita State got home and home with them. They're not what they were. They once was when their other head coach was in charge of him. I think it's Greg Williams, if I'm not mistaken, of Wichita State. There's never had that type of success in a long time. You know, um, don't know a whole lot about North Texas, Temple, whatever. Interesting to see how they come about with how they've coming up with now that Aaron McKee is not in the fold anymore. He has a different role within the program. So we'll see. But I'll say this overall though. Memphis needs to dominate this conference, man. There's no excuse now. You know, there's no Cincinnati in the conference. There's no Houston in the conference. And UCF was never really like that type of team that really threatened Memphis like that. That was from a football side, yes, but college basketball, I would say no. But the excuses are the window to me. Tulane to me, people say, FAU is the biggest threat to Memphis, but I think it's more like Tulane. Tulane has shown they can beat Memphis consistently. FAU, this is like a one time. This might be a one time thing where FAU got Memphis slipping. Came up with a really good game plan. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it plays out. But other than that, man, they gotta have a good outing in this conference, man. It's most likely gonna be two bids for this, one automatic bid for this conference in regards to the NCAA tournament, and then you got your conference champion that's gonna probably most likely get in. But other than that, man, you have a 500 record, a sub 500 record, your chances are high that you might not get in. It's just that simple. Especially now that the conference has gotten a little watered down after losing Cincinnati, Houston, and UCF. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I could be wrong on this, but I don't think SMU is going to present a challenge to Memphis this season. So that should be a sweep. That should be a sweep. Maybe we may have an issue with UAB. Not sure, but I believe Memphis could win. Rice should be a W. Charlotte should be a W. I know Charlotte won their conference last year, the CBI last year. That should be a W. Not the conference, but they won the CBI tournament last year. Wichita State, that should be two W's. Tulane, like I said, Tulane could be the bigger threat to me compared to FAU. East Carolina, they had somewhat of a close game with Memphis last season. We'll see how that play out, but they only play the Tigers once this season. So we'll see. Temple, we'll see what they're about. They had a really close game with Memphis as well. Until Kendrick Davis hit that buzzer beater shot. Tulane, I expect a W, a win. Tulsa, another W. So should be smooth sailings for Memphis basketball, man. Smooth sailings, man. They got to come in and take care of business, bro. And I know people are upset about the Tigers being in this conference, but you got to do what you got to do right now. You got to let the people that deal with that stuff deal with it, as far as, realignment and going to the Big 12. That's going to happen when it's going to happen. That's going to happen when it's ready to happen. You know what I'm saying? But you have a better team on paper right now, to me, compared to FAU and Tulane. So we'll see how it play out. All right, so next we're going to talk about the players that have still not arrived on campus for Memphis. I omitted Mikey Williams for obvious reasons, and you know why. But right now, as of now, it's Jordan Brown, Tefel Leonard, David Jones, Jalen Young, Javon Quinterly. All five of these players are all the transfer portal talent players that decided to commit to Memphis this season. Now, you know, there's been some some rumblings about Tafel Leonard possibly not showing up to campus, not being a part of the fold this season. That is a possibility that can happen due to, I believe, what I heard is academic reasons. But if he doesn't show up, it is what it is. But it could be a significant loss because the guy's a really good defender, a really good defender. Could play at both ends of the court, high motor, you know, elite player when it comes to getting steals. Just he can do a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it might sting just a bit to lose him, to not have a part of the fabric of the team. But I'm willing to bet that Penny Hardaway is going to have a plan in place in case he does not show up on campus. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it play out, man. And also, man, just it's like we a lot of us, man, just can't help ourselves, man. When we don't notice, when we noticing something is not, doesn't feel as though something is right. Players are moving the way we want them to move. We want to raise the red flag. You know what I'm saying? And people are making a big deal out of these players not being on campus yet. And I mean, if you're a fan, man, you're a season ticket holder. I mean, I can understand to a certain extent, but sometimes, man, you gotta, sit back and wait and let things play out. You know what I'm saying? And all signs indicate that Jordan Brown is going to be on campus this season. He will be ready to play when they tip off against Jackson State. David Jones is expected to be on the court as well. Jalen Young, I believe Jalen Young is going to be down there when they play. They go down to the Dominican Republic and play. Javon Quinterly just committed to the team, so there shouldn't be no issues there. But not having Tafal Leonard, man, could sting to a certain extent. I don't think it's the end of the world. I still think they will win the conference without him. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. Great player. You know what I'm saying? But I just think we need to just chill out for a minute, man, because we put everything. Like Memphis fans is so over dramatic about everything. Player posts something on social media, we run with it. A player, not, arriving on campus in a certain time frame, we make a big deal out of it. You know what I'm saying? Player may say something in the media, we make a big deal of it. You know what I'm saying? So learn to trust Penny, bro. Learn to trust Penny Hardaway, man. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, I still think the prospects of this team is high. Even if certain personnel may not show up. So let's just simmer down just a bit, man. All right, man. So we're gonna take an early look at the non-conference opponents for Memphis. Alabama State's Jackson State is your first game, November 6th. Alabama State, November 17th. Clemson, December 16th. It's the home games. Virginia's December 19th. Vanderbilt, December 23rd. Austin Peay, December 30th. The away games, you got Missouri, November 10th. Ole Miss, December 2nd. VCU, December 6th. Texas A&M, December 10th. And on neutral site, you got the battle for Atlantis in the Bahamas, November 23rd to the 25th. So that'll be around Thanksgiving. So these games, they got some the biggest ones out of what I just talked about in this non-conference schedule will be against Virginia, the Missouri game. Unfortunately, Penny Hardaway won't be there. Texas A&M game will be huge. Ole Miss will be a huge game as well. They got the new coach coming over from Texas, who's a really good recruiter. Looking forward to seeing how that's going to play out. That game will be played down in Oxford last year. It was played in Memphis. Memphis had no issues wiping the floor with them. So the biggest game, like I said, will be Ole Miss, Texas A&M, the rematch, Virginia. The Missouri game, I think is still big, even though it's a little early, third game of the season. But Penny Hardaway won't be there. It'll just be interesting to see how that team will respond. How will it operate without the presence of Penny Hardaway? I'm assuming that Rick Stansbury will be the interim head coach during that 3-game stretch where Penny Hardaway will not be present due to violating recruiting policies that were in regards to visiting talent. So we'll see how this all unfolds. But as for me, I think that Memphis needs to come out of this non-conference slate well above 500. You know what I'm saying? Because it comes fast. You know what I'm saying? Where when I say it comes fast, I'm talking about when they start to put together the brackets and the bracketology post and who's in your first 4 in and last 4 out and your first 4 I think it's the last 4 buys and all that other stuff like that. It comes fast. You know what I'm saying? So Memphis needs to take care of business, man. And that Texas A&M win last year helped out a lot. That win over A&M really helped the Tigers out, along with that win over Auburn. They don't play all. They don't. The difference between this year's non-conference slate and last year is that you don't see the huge SEC slate that you saw last year. This year you only got Missouri. You playing Missouri, Texas A&M, and Ole Miss, but it'll be a good game. It'll be some good games, man. I'm looking forward to seeing that Missouri game and how that's gonna play out, and how Rick Stansbury is gonna approach that game. Given that it will be the first major challenge on the schedule. Start off the season. Battle for Atlanta. I'm looking forward to that as well. How that's gonna play out. Alabama State, Jackson State should be easy work. Virginia, they're a blue blood program. They come to the FedEx Forum. Looking forward to seeing how that's going to shape out. Hopefully I'll be there to cover that one. But so far, man, it's not a bad conference schedule. This conference schedule, the non-conference schedule is probably more intriguing than the conference schedule, the AAC conference schedule. You know what I'm saying? So this is good, man. This is solid. And you pick up a few of these wins. And it's gonna help Memphis significantly in when it comes to NCAA tournament seeding. You know what I'm saying? If you can beat Ole Miss, VCU. That's at home. I forgot to mention that one. VCU will be a away game. Ole Miss, VCU, Virginia, Clemson, Vanderbilt. This will be huge. You can go undefeated. If you can go undefeated against those teams, that's huge for the resume building. And they need to be well above 500 coming into the conference play. Well above 500. They need to beat Ole Miss. I think even though it's a third game of the year, I hope they could beat Missouri, beat Texas A&M on the road. That might be the toughest challenge on the road this season. Beat Texas A&M, take care of business in the battle for Atlantis. Beat Virginia, take care of Clemson. This is like resume building stuff right here. You know what I'm saying? And this is what Penny Hardaway wanted. You want the Tigers to be in big non-conference games to build their resume, see what type of team they have, see what you're about, see where you're at, your status at in regards to playing in those type of games, because that can show you what you're about when you give you what to look for when you go into the NCAA tournament. You know what I'm saying? So looking forward to everything, man. And they'll be playing in the over to the Dominican Republic on August 2nd. I haven't gotten the information on how the fans can view those games, but I'll find out because I'm trying to check it out as well to see, to give some type of, breakdown or, observation of what went down during that time. So I'll get back with that. I'll be back with y'all on that information. So, all right, that's all I have for y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. How you feel about the Memphis Tigers early non-conference opponents? How well do you think they can do? Also, do you think they'll take care of business in the AAC portion of the schedule? Also, check out strike7sports.com for latest content on the NFL, the NBA, Memphis Tigers, and Grizzlies content as well. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.